Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to the continuation of Bryar Rose. Last episode we reached the castle in which T is living in. As Nox and I walk along the never-ending gravel road to his castle, I can't help but notice how he glares at all the fish-shaped topiaries and fountains. Is something wrong with the gardens? I ask. And this is all T's doing. I told her not to change anything, and she knows I hate all this fish stuff. So I tried to process this bit of news. Nope, can't do it. And let me get this straight. Your ex-girlfriend is living in your castle and redecorating? We only dated for a few weeks. Before that, we were just friends, you know. I don't really know because Nox is my first kiss and boyfriend, not counting how I fake dated Jules. Even so, I nod. Nox is trying to share here, and it seems like the right thing to do. Nox continues. Most of the time, T and I just killed Denari together. That went on for years. It all changed after we caught Reggie, though. Once Reggie was in custody, T thought there could be more to us. He sighs. I gave it a try. From the get-go, it was clear things wouldn't work out. T could never move on from that fact. Now, I have total faith in my relationship with Nox, but does it feel just a little awesome to know that he only dated T for a short time and didn't enjoy any of it? Yes. Not sure what this says about me as a person. Talking to Nox must help the time go faster, because before I know it, we're stepping through the main gate and entering the castle. Proper. Inside, the place is all huge rooms with lots of heavy wooden furniture. Some threadbare tapestries of wolves hang on the walls, and there's an indoor fountain. In fact, fountains everywhere. There are even ones set into the walls where stonefish heads spit out water in a lower basin. Nox is really a leather chair and modern furniture kind of guy. All these fountains don't match his style. They have to be T's handiwork. Water girl. Sure, we're here to get the Codex Mechanica and find the fountain, but I must admit, my curiosity is definitely piqued about T herself. She's got to be some piece of work. As we walk along, there's no missing the tons of servants running around, all of them human and wide-eyed. They hold the doors open for us as we make a lot of twists and turns inside the castle. At last, we pause in front of a heavy wooden door. For the first time, this one is closed. Louis, who had been following behind us up until now, suddenly steps up to the door and clears his throat. Presenting Mademoiselle T. Louis pushes the door open. Inside, there's another long stone room with fountains set into the walls. Only here, there's a hefty wooden dining room table and a lit fireplace. And Nox's ex. Easy to pick her out. At the end of the table sits a beautiful young girl dressed in a yellow gown. She looks about 18 with pale skin and brown eyes, the same shade of her long hair. As we enter the room, she pretends to read a book. I know the pretending part because, even from across the chamber, I can see that it's an upside-down encyclopedia. You must be T, I say. T doesn't even glance in my direction. Instead, she slams the book onto the tabletop. You interrupted my very important and intellectual book, Nox. You know how I love to read. Something about this girl sets off my rebel reflex. I point to my own face. I'm still here, you know. And you had that book upside down. Nox wraps his arm protectively around my waist. T, this is Bryar Rose. She's my mate. In response, T pounds a fist on the tabletop. I want breakfast, people. Her ability to ignore things and just start demanding stuff is actually impressive. Colour floods her cheeks as T raises her voice. I'm your guest, remember? And with that, I know exactly what Nox's fairy tale life template is. He's a beast. And T thinks she's his beauty. Ugh. The servants rush in and out, their arms laden with silver platters. Within seconds, the entire table is covered with every kind of food imaginable, regardless of whether it's breakfasty or not. There's even one of those baked pigs with an apple stuck in its mouth. Gross. T makes a great show of pushing every platter away. I have no appetite. And what do you expect? I'm a prisoner. Trapped. No, says Knox. You're trespassing. T sets back the back of her hand on her forehead in the universal move of drama queens everywhere. It has zero effect on Knox. This is horrible. T lets out an overlong sigh. Oh, release me from your castle. Oh, great. Go already. Knox hitches his thumb towards the door. I broke up with you. Leave. For the love of all that's sacred, take off. If T hears what Knox is saying, she doesn't show it. Instead, she keeps right on with her own personal tirade. All the servants act strangely to me. T clasps her hands by her throat. You know, I believe they might be enchanted. They're not under a spell, says Knox. Poppycock, sniffs T. I tell you, the servants treat me strangely. No, the staff hates you because you treat them like crap. Not the same thing. Knox gestures across the table. I mean, what's all this? You demand these huge meals and then you don't eat a thing. He points at the pig. And that's just nasty. I raise my hand. Totally agree. T's mouth hangs open for a second before she speaks again. I have it. You're simply out of sorts today. I just know what will cheer you up. I'll sing you a song to the tune of Oh My Darling Clementine. T stands. I speak to Knox from the side of my mouth. She's not really going to do this, is she? Why do you think we broke up? T starts singing. Oh, your darling, oh, your darling, me. She taps her chest when she says the me part. I'm so lovely, and your beauty, you're my beastie, Knox, sweetie. Knox and I share a long look. I mouth two words. Knox, sweetie. For a minute, I'm not sure if we'll both scream or burst out laughing. It ends up being the second thing. Knox breaks into a deep, rumbling guffaw, and, well, that is everything awesome. Meanwhile, I chortle for so long, I might pee my pants a little. Eventually, our giggle fest ticks off T enough that she halts right in the middle of Knox, sweetie. Do you two mind? It's my moment here. Look, Knox exhales a long breath. Much as I appreciate the crazy show, we have come by for a reason. I set my fists on my hip. You have a certain device that you promised to give me. Instead of making good on your word, you tried to get me killed. Bad plan, by the way. T slumps into a chair. All pretense of acting like the innocent beauty is gone. Screw you, she says with a sneer. I knew them French werewolves wouldn't make a dent in your precious hide. I just wanted to get Knox to haul his shapely ass to be my side of the pond. Now, there are two things that really bother me about this little speech. First, Tia stopped acting like a pretty princess and has instantly transformed into a streetwise potty mouth. Second, I'm the only one who gets to appreciate Knox's butt. You called and told me she was at risk, and it was a trick to get me closer. Knox's voice lowers to a growl. That's low, even for you. That's what you say now, retorts T. But wait until we have a little chat and clear things up. Not happening, I say. I'm not doing anything until you hand over the Codex Mechanica. T gestures to the chairs nearby. Have a seat. Answer 3 questions, and then I'll give you the device. Just as I promised. I frown. Really? 3 little questions and we get the device. I'll cast a spell to ensure it happens, says T. I'm still not sure about this. What kind of spell? One that will hold me to your word. Watch. T raises her hands, palms upward. A pair of rubies gleam in her outstretched palms. I've seen Alec with those kinds of stones before. Classic tools for any witch or wizard. For a moment, the gemstones flare with unearthly light. After that, a line of water arcs from her left hand to her right hand. Inside the water, there gleams tiny red spots of brightness. I hate to admit it, but it's pretty cool. This spell is unbreakable, says T. It will hold me to the following promise. I will give you the Codex Mechanica if you answer my 3 questions honestly. The crimson lights inside the water gleam more strongly. After that, they disappear. With it, the water vanishes as well, and the spell is cast. I look to Nox. You know her better than I do. Can we trust that spell? Will T keep her word? We can trust it. Nox stalks over to the table and pulls out a chair for me. Have a seat, Bry. I plunk down and drag out the chair beside me for Nox. He slides in as well. We'll answer your damn questions, says Nox. After that, I want you out of my house. T checks the manicure. Like you could keep me here with your little pet around. With that settled, Nox waves to the servants. Give us a little privacy. Yeah. None of them need to be told twice. The servants all exit in record time. Soon it's just me, T, and Nox. A nasty smile rounds T's perfect smile. Shall we begin? I match her smarmy grin with one of my own. Please. Outside, I think that I'm looking pretty calm, but inside, my soul is churning with worry. T lured me and Nox to this very spot for a reason, and my mate is right. T is unhinged. Whatever question she's about to ask, I don't think I'll like them. Not one bit. So finally, we get to meet the extravagant T. She is quite extravagant too. What do you think of her, guys? I wonder what questions she's going to ask. Well, you'll have to tune in for the next episode to find that out. Thank you for listening. Please hit the like. Share if you can. Don't forget to comment. And if you're not yet subscribed, please do so. It really helps with the channel and the algorithm. And it means a lot to me. Many blessings.